In my previous video, I showed you how to solder THT component. But in last few decades, a new technology so-called SMD, which stands for Surface Mount Devices, is taking over the THT. So what is this SMD and how to solder it? Let's find it out. This video is sponsored by LCSC.com. They provide an online electronics component store at unbeatable prices and high quality standards. Check them out, link is in the video description. As I told earlier, SMD stands for Surface Mount Devices, which means it directly gets soldered to the surface of PCB, unlike THT which has leads. But what makes it so popular though is its size, which is way smaller than the THT. Speaking about the sizes, resistor, capacitors and other components have different sizes, such as 0603, 0805, 1206, 1210, 2010 and 2512. All these numbers indicate the actual size of the component. For example, a 2512 indicates a length of 0.25 inches and a width of 0.12 inches, which you can confirm by taking a look at vernier caliper. And lastly, IC have mainly two packages. Number one is SOP, which is similar to DIP, only difference is its package, which is small outline package as the name suggests. Another one is TQFP package, which Atmega's 328 chip for the Arduino Nano utilizes, and TQFP stands for Thin Quad Full Package. For the soldering, you can use a soldering iron with a very fine tip or an hot air station. Let's first see how to solder using a soldering iron. First, place the PCB on a flat surface, then secure it using a piece of tape. Now apply a bit of solder on solder pad, then push the component in its desired place and then reheat the applied solder on the pad. Now apply the solder on the other side of the component and that's it. You can use this method for almost everything. Let that be resistor, capacitor or an LED. Just make sure the green side of the LED is cathode. Now let's see how to solder ICs. First place the IC on the pad. Then heat the first terminal and apply solder. Once done, solder the diagonally opposite terminal. Then you can solder the rest of the terminals. For soldering the TQFP package, first place the IC on the pad, then solder the one terminal. Then apply a huge amount of solder on all the pads so it covers all the side. Now use solder wick to remove the excess solder, and as you can see, this method is quite tedious. So let's see how to do it using an hot air station. For that, we will use solder paste. First apply the solder paste on all the pad like this. It should be just enough to cover all the pads. Then place the IC on top of it and heat all the side with hot air gun. And as you can see, this method is much easier than typical soldering. This method is also useful for soldering the components with leads underneath, like inductors or this 16 MHz resonator. And the soldering process is the same. Apply the solder paste, place the component over it and heat it. That's it. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about SMD soldering. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.